What do you have for me this time? Hacking into the stock market, closing down a bank, fixing an election. It's all easy.
Right on.
What a bunch of trash.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Trash Movie Kings podcast. I am your host, Adam Edwards. I'm going to try to be better about doing the housekeeping at the top of the show. So if you are not already, give us a like and follow and subscribe on all of our social media, X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Trash Movie Kings. Shoot us an email, trashmoviekings@gmail.com. Give us a 5-star rating on Spotify. Just it helps us out. But now that is out of the way, joining me this week, Joseph Graham. Joey, how are you?
Good. Yeah, we had wings earlier, and I think I still feel like way too full. That was way too many chicken wings for me.
Yeah, I didn't eat dinner because I was still full from lunch.
Yeah, I just had I had a couple eggs.
Fucking eggs, man. Little egg boy.
Snake eggs. For Snaketember, we've gone with instead
are you eating
September.
Are you just eating hard-boiled eggs? Non-stop?
No, I did egg in a frame, so I had some bread and stuff.
Oh,
egg in a frame? What is that?
or like
mean?
an egg in a hole.
I don't know. Everybody calls it something different, I guess.
It's like when you piece of toast, you cut the hole and you put the fried egg in the middle of it.
You never had one before? Egg in a basket, I think some people say.
Nope. No. This sounds dumb.
It's actually pretty good.
It's a very common thing. That
I just make a fried egg sandwich, and
It's basically
not
an egg sandwich.
but it's not a sandwich.
Yeah, but
It's an egg in a hole.
Yeah,
It's basically 2 eggs and 2 pieces of bread.
Yeah.
If you have 2, I guess.
So it's an egg sandwich.
But it's better.
Why?
Because you toast it in the pan kind of with the butter. And it's runny. And you don't worry about cooking it. Or it's like a huge mess, you know?
I can't imagine taking a bite out of a fried egg sandwich. It seems like it would just instantly get yolk everywhere.
Oh, no. Like I cook it. Like when I'm eating an egg sandwich, I don't cook it runny.
Oh, okay.
I pop the yolk so that it's not a mess.
So it's just like a bunch of... It's like a scrambled egg sandwich.
Nope. Fried egg sandwich with the popped yolk.
What are you called?
Like an
I thought
omelet?
fried egg had a runny yolk. Can you make it with a hard yolk?
You're still frying an egg.
I mean, you just cook it too long, yeah.
Is it called something like if I ordered that at a restaurant?
Hard fried egg.
Oh, like would you say?
I'll have an egg fried hard.
Like
I think
over easy?
I don't actually know.
You might call it over hard. I don't know. I would just say well
you do
done.
Call it over hard.
What my well done eggs? I like it to
like
be
my
pink
eggs,
in the
like
middle,
my steak. Hard.
JD Karpicki and Apocalypse Howl are out on assignment this week, but obviously also joining us. Justin Petty, JP, how are you and your egg in a basket list life?
Oh, I've got some eggs in some baskets. Got a fridge full of eggs.
I've got all of them in one basket, actually. That's how I roll.
I'm feeling good. I feel fine after our hot wings, and I had dinner too. So
You had you had dinner too. Good job.
I slurped up a bowl of ramen.
Good job.
Thank you.
To be clear, I didn't feel bad after the wings. I just felt more full than I expected, and it lasted longer than I expected.
Yeah, I regret it. As soon as I walked out of the restaurant, Buffalo Wild Wings, to be clear, I immediately regretted it. I was like, I should have just gone with the 6-piece rather than the 10 boneless. But, live and learn.
With fried pickles and cheese curds.
Yeah, I was really hungry.
You did eat a lot of those pickles.
Yeah, I ate too much. I didn't finish the wings.
At
At
least
least still too much.
Didn't wash it down with a Heineken Silver or whatever that guy was trying to.
Or even a Pepsi.
Yeah, what was? Well, I don't know what he like midday fucking beer hawker guy.
His tray of 20 cold Heinekens. He's like, I better give these away the next.
Wait, is that
10
what
minutes.
he? Is that what he had? Like he
Yeah,
just
you didn't
had
say a
them, like,
huge
sitting
tray
on
of
the-
Heinekens?
No,
It was like a new Heineken product, and so he's he's a rep from Heineken, I guess, and he's like trying to give away free beer.
I didn't actually turn all the way around. I just thought he was like, "You guys want a free beer?" And then he was going to pour one.
It looked like Heineken Zero or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
It was a
it was
different
like
kind of
Heineken
can.
Silver.
Silver? Okay.
I don't know.
You
Let's
wanna
look it
try
up.
warm piss.
I did go to the Heineken brewery one time.
How was that?
It was a big brewery. It's like they got like a virtual experience and like a tram tour, I think. And like it's an event. It's much bigger than your casual day at the brewery that you would have here or anywhere.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Very curious. I was trying to think of a segue from there, and I got nothing. So tonight we watched 1973's
Seven S's?
7 S's. Yes, I did count them.
7 S's.
7 S's. This is directed by Bernard Kowalski, and starring Strother Martin as Dr. Carl Stoner, Dirk Benedict as David Blake, and Heather Menzies as Christina Stoner. So Strother Martin was in Cool Hand Luke, True Grit, Slapshot, which is interesting to me that you've got this guy from Cool Hand Luke playing a snake doctor,
Herpetologist.
a herpetologist.
Wait, this is the same guy who's the he's what's his name from that team?
No, the A-Team guy is
I think it's the other professor guy.
no, the A-Team guy is David.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't watched A-Team in 10 years.
Yeah. So he was Face Man in the A-Team, and he was Lieutenant Starbuck in the original Battlestar Galactica.
Oh,
So yeah, and then Heather Menzies was in The Sound of Music as one of the Von Trapps, and was in the original Piranha.
cool.
Interesting cast, because this movie is similar to Roar in a lot of ways, in that all the animals are real and it's just snakes this time. Except this one actually has a story and a script that they're trying to tell you a story.
Yeah, it doesn't feel accidental. Everything feels pretty planned. I doubt there was any mishaps on set. I mean, probably some people got bit. Maybe.
I'm sure just working with snakes, you're going to get bitten here and there, but I assume they're all devenomed and things like that. But
Yeah, there was no rattlesnakes in this that I can remember.
mm-mm.
I feel more terrified of than most snakes, I guess. But anyway, yeah, it's kind of what is this movie? It's like a mad scientist kind of thing.
Yeah.
A little bit of snaky, if you're familiar with fangs or snakes, or what is the other title for that movie?
Holy Wednesdays.
Holy Wednesdays.
Holy Wednesdays.
Holy Wednesdays. Yeah. And a little bit of Curse to the Bite, kind of, in a way.
Yeah, humans
started getting there.
transforming into snakes is like I guess a fascination that we have as human beings, and myself included. It's interesting to see. I don't know if this movie is trash. It has a little bit of a trashy bend at times.
Yeah.
It's more of a B movie, maybe a snake exploitation film, you might say.
Yeah, I
it's-
found it a bit dull.
It's a little dry.
I did too. It's earnestly made, fairly competently made. There doesn't really have any.
It's a little brightly lit like TV kind of look to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like a TV drama.
Yeah, it looks like a TV show for the most part. Looks like the A-Team, basically.
It goes out of its way to avoid nudity,
Really does. Gosh.
like in a really aggressive way.
Almost like a comical, almost like an
Yes.
Austin Powers kind of way. It's like, here's a plant in front of a man's ass, and then here's him far away and it's blurry, and then you're like, the girl doesn't have glass or wears glasses and she can't see. It's like, oh, it's per perspective. Okay, I don't get to see this guy's cock.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah, it definitely felt like not even, they didn't stick the plant on the lens. They fixed it in post by putting the plant it almost seemed like on, not on the film stock, but on like the projector that they were running the film stock through, because there was like a halo of light coming around it. It was weird.
Yeah, it was very strange.
They color keyed it in, maybe.
Maybe they did too. It looks strange.
And then later on that makeout scene, they just put a black shape.
It's like a lamp silhouette or something in the foreground.
They're like, we're not even going to try to explain what this is. Just don't look at her boobs.
Just cut a shape out with paper and put it over.
Yeah.
Don't you dare do it.
Okie dokie. But okay. So as usual, Joey wrote out the plot. Sorry, I'm looking at this and I saw the word "cum" and I almost said the "cum" summary. But that's
the cummery.
That's not what this is. The plot summary for this movie.
So a herpetologist is doing some heavy venom research and needs a new strapping young lad to help him research snakes, which he does by giving them booze, apparently.
There you go, boy. Can't deny an old man his nip now and then. After all, it's human tricks.
You want a little drink, college boy?
Gotta wet my snake, if you know what I mean. Why is he getting the snake drunk?
Then the herpetologist shows the young man his sexy daughter and his weird flesh turtle before jabbing him with this hypodermic needle filled with cum. And that cum makes him sleepy. The next morning, the herpetologist, Carl, I guess his name, puts on a cobra show for some snake fans. And he rounds up some cash, I guess, to help him with his research. Then his new boy starts shedding skin. And then he gets even more cum shots.
His new boy. Then boy is... Oh, go ahead.
That's probably a good place for you to pick up. Go ahead.
Then boy assistant's sexy daughter goes skinny dipping and go on a date to a carnival where David, boy assistant, goes into a freak tent to see a creepy snake man. Meanwhile, the jock guy hits on the daughter, who didn't want to look at the freak show people, and then roughs up David, and late that night shows up at the herpetologist ranch house and creeps into the daughter's window. He's then attacked by the drunk snake. Sadly, Jock kills the beloved alcoholic python, much to the chagrin of our old man herpetologist. Is it chagrin? I've never actually said it out loud.
Yeah, chagrin.
You got it.
Chagrin. The next night, the old man sneaks into the jock's shower and drops a black mamba on his ass, and he dies. Drop that mamba on his ass. Meanwhile, David and daughter bang after daddy gets Becky and informs his daughter that his sex blood is toxic and he shouldn't bang him. She gets mad and leaves.
Snake Boy is now getting very snaky. David's college professor comes snooping around the snake ranch and gets a gander at his pupil, who now is a grotesque snake man. But the professor gets caught by the daddy herpetologist and ends up being eaten whole by a snake. The daughter, who's been out on a snake errand for a while... starts to get more curious about the carnival snake man that she refused to look at.
Well, I'm sure it's just a python made to look like a man.
Those blue eyes sure fooled me. Never heard of a snake with blue eyes.
Where did you say this carnival was?
So she goes to the carnival and she sees him and recognizes him as Tim.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God! Oh, damn! Oh, no! Oh, damn!
Oh, she recognizes him.
Oh, damn!
Oh, that was, yeah. Is it a bit? The former assistant to her daddy. So she drives back home, but it's way too late. Snake Boy David has gone full cobra.
Full tilt cobra.
Daddy Herp tries to introduce his real cobra to the new human cobra David, but gets bit and dies. The daughter and the cops, I guess she calls the cops at some point, show up and blow away the real Cobra and see that David is now a Cobra who is fighting Ricky Tikki Tavi. The end. A mongoose, if you've never read that story.
Yeah. That really is the end. It does.
It just freeze frames on her screaming that.
Yeah.
I think she's like, David!
Yeah.
They built this whole thing up. This fucking mongoose is like screeching the entire movie. He finally gets out of his cage, and it is the biggest letdown. It's just
it was
they
kind of
get
exciting
wrapped up for a little bit.
for a second. I did enjoy seeing the mongoose versus cobra fight for like a tiny bit, but
Yeah,
then
I'm a
nothing
big-
happened.
Yeah, I was a big fan of it. I would have liked to have seen that mongoose
Ooh, I
have
wonder
more
if
of a
the
story
mongoose-
arc, perhaps.
Yeah.
If we
Yeah.
had set him up a little bit better.
Like maybe he was talking to him because he maybe was a man before too.
Maybe it would have been cool if the scientist, the herpetologist guy, like hated the mongoose in some way. He was like, "Don't judge me, mongoose," or something. You know, like the
Just-
whole time.
They just had like a constant bickering back and forth. Mongooses
Mhm.
just chattering at him.
I did like the way that they used the mongoose to kind of hint at David's transformation. Like the mongoose would get progressively more angry as David was getting his injections, and I was like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
he's like sensing the cobra.
Yeah, it was there. It just wasn't heavy. It wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
It didn't make you feel good enough at the end when he
Right.
comes out of his cage. Maybe because they didn't have that ending. Maybe they just had a bunch
Like
of
I was
B-roll.
really hoping that him and like David and the mongoose are going to team up and kill the cobra, but I guess it's hard to make like untrainable animals do stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of a mean movie.
Yeah, it really
It doesn't
is.
end very well, and it's kind of just like, here's this innocent boy, we're gonna turn him into a snake and torture him, and not really torture him, but I guess turning somebody into a snake is
Well.
not a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
I wonder, maybe the way it ended is because the mongoose actually killed the cobra, and they're like, "Well, fuck, we can't keep shooting with these snake because it's dead." So they had to just like freeze frame it.
I don't know.
Like that
It would-
couldn't have been what the ending was planned to be.
The refusal to use fake snakes, I think, is a kind of a mistake. Really,
Yeah,
a mistake.
I'm a snake too.
Because it would have been nice to just have like a fake mongoose like ripping open. Well, I guess because it's David, you don't want to see him kill David. You want it to be the reverse, like.
Right, that's why they had to freeze frame it because he actually did kill David.
I feel like
it doesn't
you-
make sense that the mongoose is really fighting him. He should be his
Yeah.
friend, right?
I feel like you have Dr. Stoner put David and the original King Cobra fighting each other like in the lab, and then David frees the mongoose, who then takes out the King Cobra, and then they like walk off into the sunset together.
Maybe that was the plan, and then the snake wranglers were like, "Nah, man, you can't put two cobras in a room together."
We
Not
can't
our
do that
cobras.
shit.
Could be, yeah. very
Not
well.
our cobras, not today. Yeah, I think they got really married to the idea of all real snakes, and it just kind of
Yeah.
like, so the makeup is genuinely creepy to me.
Yeah, I kind of wish David hadn't turned into a real snake, and he just like kept getting weirder looking as this like slithering like humanoid thing.
Right. It was kind of unexplained as to why the other assistant, I guess, didn't fully work. I guess that was like maybe why they just sold him to a carnival, because it was like, this one didn't work. When
He
you see
showed
that,
his
you
butt.
realize that guy is really like a paraplegic, or what's the right word?
Like an amputee.
Amputee. Yeah.
Oh yeah, well maybe
Oh, like 100%.
the way he was on that table almost made it seem like maybe they were hiding his legs underneath it,
Maybe.
and that was
I'm pretty
prosthetics on the back.
Seemed like he was missing an arm and legs. I don't know. Perhaps not, but okay, that image of that particular guy had stuck with me. I saw this movie years ago and didn't remember a lot about it except that part.
Here's an interesting thing from the Wikipedia. The venomous snakes in the film were not defanged during production. 5 king cobras were imported from Thailand, ranging from 10 to 15 feet in length. They were recently caught in good health from the wild with full venom potency. So the snake park milking scenes were real, and meant to mimic what he did at his Miami Serpentarium in Florida.
Wow.
So they just let this actor milk snakes.
I guess so. It says about 1 ounce of venom was collected during each take with no harm to the snakes. A different cobra was used for each take. The filming of this part of the movie took most of a day.
It is. I mean, parts of it are
just
really
seems
fucking
stupid.
wild. Like that actor, I guess, took some snake classes, like, and just
He
was
must
like, I don't give
have.
a fuck.
The way he just
I mean,
fucking
all of them.
wrangled that mamba on the table, just like with his
I don't think
with his
that
like
was
little
real. 'cause
pressing iron or whatever.
It definitely bit 2 people, so I think that was like a mimic kind of snake.
Oh, maybe
Yeah.
so.
I
But
don't
it
know what
did
the proper
bite
term
him.
is for that.
And that's what's
Yeah, that's what I'm
crazy. Like,
saying.
he does get bitten.
Damn.
Nobody. I feel like people know about the king cobra.
He just
Got
straight
bit.
up got bit on camera.
You got me, Harry. I'll milk you.
I'm glad you pulled it out to put it right back. Yeah. I mean, he bites him, and then he bites like someone's leg.
The jock in the shower.
Yeah.
That's a cool
He
scene.
got bit. It almost seemed like it wasn't intentional, and he kind of ad libbed the. Oh, he got me, Harry.
Yeah,
It almost seemed like he was kind of taken aback for a second.
gotta put him back in the tank.
Got me, Harry. I'm dying, Harry.
Dude, the Harry getting killed scene, fucking, that was tough to watch.
Which one?
Harry getting killed. The
this
boa getting killed
beats
by the
this.
jock.
Hi, Birdie, baby.
What the hell are you doing here? Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out!
Oh, no. You people are nuts! All of you!
It might have been a real snake death. I don't know.
I don't think, like, I mean, you said, like, I don't think they would have killed the snake on camera. That seems super sketchy, but that felt like a dead snake that was dangling around.
It looks pretty real, but you know, it was a Universal movie, so I'm assuming they
I don't
had
know.
some
In the
real
70s, do you think they
effects
had-
people. I don't know when the PETA laws. I think they were kind of already in effect for the most part.
I mean,
At least
maybe it was
here.
like an already dead snake that they
Yeah, maybe
somehow got a hold of.
Maybe they were just like,
Slap some blood on his mouth real quick.
we'll shoot this scene when he's, or maybe they drugged it to shit and just slap some
Yeah.
blood on it. Is that what you said?
Oh yeah, that's possible. I was thinking it was dead and they just thawed it out. and
Oh
slapped
yeah,
blood on
maybe.
it.
I liked all the kitty cat sounds that they gave
Yeah,
to the.
They were real cute.
Harry, don't listen to him.
And then some of the throaty noises that they gave to the cobras.
He's the king.
Holy shit!
I slap the glass with my dick every night to let him know who's in charge.
It's only Friday.
Dude,
Your
fuck that
Majesty.
snake.
2 more days, you get your chance again.
He's not afraid of anything, is he?
Nothing human.
I like that cobra at first. That's like real hard.
It seemed
Totally
like real
erect.
silly at first, but then like as it he was real hard. Like as the movie goes on and you realize that like, oh, they're people, it kind of does play into like you've got people
well,
doing these like snake throaty sounds.
but they're
So maybe-
not. That's the thing is we thought they were. Like,
Yeah,
right? Like we
that's
had
true.
that moment where we were like, oh, maybe they're making these crazy ass sounds because they were people who've been turned into snakes. And then within seconds, he's like, I have another snake for you to fight because this one is smart like a person. And it's like, well, fuck. There is that theory.
Yeah.
When he was like injecting him the final time, and he was essentially like explaining everything. He was like, you're the perfect being. You will survive. What did he say? You'll survive pandemics. You'll
The Holocaust,
If you can't
the
be killed.
disease, and climate change.
You are the first creature of the next evolution. You will survive pollution, the Holocaust, the famines, and the plagues that will make man extinct. You will survive and multiply and prevail.
and then he just like he turns it fully into a snake. Like there's nothing cool about that. Like if he was this like hybrid snake human creature that was unkillable, that seems tight, but just an unkillable cobra isn't cool. Nobody wants that.
Definitely fizzles out towards the end because they just didn't have it, didn't get it. Yeah, what they needed to make it a real cool ending. Should have hired Screaming George. Screaming George.
Oh yeah.
I mean the makeup in this movie is fine. It doesn't blow me away, right? But it's like it doesn't look bad either.
No,
I think some low key lighting could have really made it look better, though.
Yeah,
everything's lit like a fucking regular 70s
but like
TV
when
show.
his skin first starts peeling, I mean that's a fairly simple effect, but that was shot pretty well and that was pretty effective.
It's weird looking. That's the only thing to me.
It looked, when he did his back, it looked like Elmer's glue, and they're just peeling it off.
Yeah. But it did look like, if you get like a bad sunburn that's been a couple of days and you're peeling that dead skin, that's kind of what it looked like to me. So they did a good job of doing that. But yeah, I think it's like you were saying earlier, Joey, maybe their idea of saying it's only going to be real snakes kind of
fucked them in the end.
Yeah. It kind of hamstrung them a little bit.
I guess when they were putting together the movie with Universal, they were just like, we're going to do it with all real snakes. It's going to be great. We don't need a lot of makeup. Just this guy on this day and this day and this day. And then
we'll sell it. And people want to see it because it's all real snakes.
I probably would have, might have gotten to see this.
Yeah, I would too. And I would have walked out real disappointed.
It was a matinee.
Because I would have seen Roar first.
It says it made $1 million at the box office.
That's pretty good.
What was its budget?
$1 million.
Oh, well.
So
not so good.
Why'd they need $1 million for that?
I don't know. I mean, a decent cast. That's probably part of it. And then a couple locations. The producers of this went on to produce a movie called Jaws.
Guess they learned their lesson about not having real sharks.
Yeah.
We need a big fake shark, please. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't know that. Makes sense, I guess. Yeah. Universal people make it. I guess it was just like there were a lot of animal movies in the 70s. People were fascinated with that. Man versus Beast. Big deal. Yeah. Don't see it too much anymore.
If ever. Slaughterhouse.
That's not it. It's a puppet. I mean, it looks good.
Cocaine Bear.
Also CGI or something.
Anaconda.
I mean, it's still man versus. I mean, I guess
I was
man
considering
versus
Anaconda.
drugs versus beast.
Have you guys seen Anaconda? Like the fucking Ice Cube movie?
Yeah,
I mean, I saw it when it came out.
It's good in the sense that it is like high budget peak trash. It surprised me at how fun and stupid it was.
I loved it a lot when I was a kid, but I haven't seen it since. I do remember
it's like legitimately a trash movie that was made by a big studio.
Isn't it like John Voight in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the accent that he does is insane.
Is Angelina Jolie
he's fucking crazy.
Or Jennifer Lopez?
Yeah, Jennifer Lopez is in it.
Yeah.
Right.
And who else? I can't remember. There's a couple big names in it.
Yeah, we should do Anaconda. That would be fun.
Anaconda.
Yeah, let's end Snake Month with Anaconda.
Yeah. Well, now that we're done with the plot, let's go ahead and move on to favorite parts. Did anybody have anything that jumped out at them?
I mean, the flesh turtle just existing. That's a weird thing.
Yeah, that is crazy. An albino turtle just somehow looks like it's made out of flesh, even its shell.
Mm-hmm.
Little snorkel nose.
What?
The turtle's snorkel nose.
Oh, yeah, that turtle was weird. I don't know how to describe it. I guess it's an albino turtle. It doesn't look. It's all weird looking.
Yeah,
I don't know. The shell is also albino, I guess.
And it looks fleshy. It doesn't look hard like a...
And they don't get a good clear shot that establishes that as a turtle, really, ever, I don't think. It's just like this weird side thing where it's kind of peeking
they
out
had
of
a
the
shot
water,
when
maybe.
He was having his nightmares. They brought the turtle back, and it was just like standing on the ground.
I forgot about his dream sequences that he has that are kind of interestingly done. It's like paintings done with really high contrast color, black, which I was noting. That's kind of interesting. That's sort of how I see dreams sometimes. I don't know why. Okay.
Your dreams are just like still paintings, like
no. Well, yeah, I've had that dream before, but no, like just that kind of contrasty random colors and blacks.
Oh,
When I remember
gotcha.
what dreams look like, it's almost like your visual memory, you know, when you look at something bright and then close your eyes and you have that weird. That's how I see dreams sometimes. And I guess that was kind
like
of
laser tag arena.
Yeah, that was kind of an interesting way to present that on film because you can't really, I don't know how you would do it. I guess somebody has tried
Like
at some point probably, but
black light maybe.
I don't know, visual effect of some kind. It would never be like what you see, I don't think. But anyway, generally the snake handling is fucking cool.
Yeah.
There was a moment where the David guy is like shaking his head yes or something, but I can't remember what he's asking him.
Kind of
That's
like
what I wrote
bobs
down.
it around.
Man with the fruit of knowledge. What else would you call it? Let's use that knowledge.
What's the
weirdest
nod?
To the brink of extinction.
It's like I'm definitely gonna suck this old man's dick nod. He's so like
He has the will and
amazed that he's
knowledge
talking
to
But like-
find some way to survive.
But like out of fear.
Really,
It's
Yeah.
like this mix of
to evolve
adoration
in
and
order
fear.
to survive.
Ooh.
And I think we can help.
Yeah. I wrote down weird nod.
yeah. His voice, is like his balls are trapped in a fucking vice.
Him hitting on the daughter in the like when the car ride was really funny, but like it's not worthy of a favorite part. It's just like his meekness is just so like nobody would fall for him.
He's such a weird character.
Yeah, there's not a lot to him. That's why I was like, it's kind of mean because it's like there's no reason to do this to him, and he has no redemption. So it's just, hi, I'm a nice guy. Okay, you're a snake person now, and I guess that's it.
Yeah, and
The end.
he gets bullied a lot throughout the movie. Like he gets beat up by the jock, and
Yeah, and then
like crazily, like he picks him up and throws him across the carnival.
then he gets turned into a snake man and then killed by a mongoose. It's a very weird, like
it's just very mean to this guy.
How old is he supposed to be? Is he supposed to be high school? But it's the
I think
70s,
it's
so they have a
college.
30-year playing it.
No, I think
It's
it's
just-
college because he's taking like a herpetology class.
Yeah,
I mean, I took an equine
maybe-
science class in high school.
Well,
I mean, they might be grad students or something.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it just seems like this douchey jock, like their fight, like everything that happens between them feels like a very high school bully thing. Like, no, that doesn't happen in college.
Oh, totally,
People
yeah.
don't do that shit in college.
Yeah,
It's
I
weird.
agree. The dynamic feels like they're in high school, but everything else about it feels like college. It's very strange.
Yeah, I guess because he's asking for a grant, and when they go talk to each other, like he's the head of everything else is college except for like their childish dynamic.
Yeah.
It is
Maybe they
weird.
went to high school together. I don't know.
It was the 70s. I don't know. Colleges weren't as much of a business as they are now, perhaps. Maybe people acted accordingly. And this guy was on the football team. He seemed very high strung. So I don't know. Maybe that was just his behavior. And everybody was like, what the fuck is this guy's fucking problem?
He was roided out for sure.
Yeah.
He's a real big asshole. I like how mad he gets though about
The weird horny chick that like he's sleeping with. That was
Oh, yeah.
that was so strange. It wasn't even. I don't even know how to describe how she was acting. It wasn't horny. She was acting like a really excited little kid.
She was acting like she was on cocaine or something.
about
She was-
dick.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And then he was just like, leave me alone. I got to go take a shower.
I'm tired, babe.
Yeah.
He could have done it up better.
He and his
could've done-
friends like they were at that weird
Carnival strip club?
Yeah,
I don't
carnival
know.
strip club, and then his friends are like, she'll fuck all of us for $10 a piece.
Oh, hell yeah. This is a cool carnival.
Should do it for $10. $10 each or $10 for all of us? $10 each. What do you think? She's some cheap hooker? I don't have to pay for it. Never did, never will. Hey, didn't you tell the guy who Steve is? Yeah. I was afraid then she'd ask for 20.
Quarterback of USC.
What's the matter with you? What are you doing? You want to go outside and mix it up a little? Steve, no, come on. What's the matter with you?
He's like,
Okay,
I'm not going to
that was
pay
my
for it.
favorite
And they were
part.
like, you have to.
Yeah, and then he punched him in the face.
He punched him in the face and then grabs his jacket. And as he's walking away, he goes, "I'm going to go jerk off."
thinking about getting shot down by that redhead.
She dogged me.
Maybe he's a
Just
linebacker.
didn't see her clippies, that's all.
You better believe it.
Hey, what are you doing? Where are you going, Steve? Jerk off.
By jerking off, he meant go fuck a girl that loves him. That's apparently has pigtails and acts like a child.
Weird.
Yeah, she had a weird thing going on. Oh, if I were gonna nominate this thing for anything out of this for a brain, it would be that stunt where he falls out of the window with a snake on his arm. That's kind of cool.
It was cut well.
Yeah, I mean, it's falling with a snake on your arm, which is probably a weird fucking thing to be asked to do.
All right. Well, so let's go ahead and move on to.
Oh, that's deep.
We open with a box or a crate, kind of.
Count it.
Plenty of boas, booze, a boozy boa, as a matter of fact.
We didn't really talk about the snake that drinks that much. I mentioned it in the plot rundown, but
that tight shot of them when he shoves his face into the bowl of booze and he's just like blowing booze bubbles.
And then they give him Alka-Seltzer, just like he's got a headache.
The snake's hungover. He needs some Alka-Seltzer.
Come on, drink it, Harry. It'll make you feel better. Come on.
The little
That's blonde.
sound.
To sober him up, they're like, "Come on, it'll make you feel better."
He was they liked him as a human being, which made me think that like maybe it was, but I guess
Oh yeah, he did. You didn't like one.
the presumption maybe was that he hadn't perfected the process yet with Tim, the assistant at the carnival.
Right.
So maybe not. Maybe they just really like snakes. It would have been interesting to reveal that all the snakes there were other people.
Yeah, that would have been something.
Yeah. I kept thinking, what's the witch, the love witch? But I was like, I would watch her version of this movie. I think it would be interesting. It would be a lot more stuff going on, and I guess sexy maybe to some degree.
Do you think that she would give the snakes little mousy sounds though?
Oh yeah, I think that's one thing you would probably want.
Yeah.
If you were remaking this movie.
The little tongue flicks when he's drinking the water. The little tiny chihuahua drinking.
This isn't a normal bee, but we had so many of them in this one. I'm going to call it, or I'm going to count it. We had booster shots. Many bites. We did have Boys in Blue. Kind of had a bio lab at the weird carnival sideshow stripper show. We had bazooka boobs.
Bazongas?
Bazongas.
Yeah, bazongas, but they were very bazooka
out there.
We had blood, a blaze, a bike, a beefcake, and bullets.
Would we call the shotgun at the end a shotgun blast? Would we consider that a blast?
Yeah, I mean, I would say
that
so.
snake
Because it
blew the
blasted
fuck
his
up.
fucking head off. So
We had a beheading.
yeah, I guess so.
Was a blurry boy butt?
Sure. Yeah.
We had bushes taped to the camera.
God. Yeah. We had briefs.
We did have briefs.
Did you say
Some tidy
bikes?
Yeah, bikes.
Yeah, we're missing, like, we didn't have any of the fun bees.
I know.
It's not a particularly fun movie. It's kind of mean.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up and get to the ratings, starting with Joey.
It's not a lot of fun. I guess 2.5. I mean, as a movie, it maybe is a little bit better, but as a trash movie, it's a little low. It's not a ton of fun.
That's how I feel, and we'll do it in a little different order. Like, it's a better movie than it is trash movie. It's cool to see these regular actors do crazy snake shit, but
Yeah, it just doesn't amount to as much thrill as something like Roar, obviously.
yeah. So I'll give it a 2. What about you, Justin?
It is a better. I don't think it's a better movie than it is a trash movie. It is a competently made, very dull, normal movie, which doesn't make it a better movie to me. It makes it everybody on I paid for this movie knew what they were doing. Yeah, it didn't make it a good movie. It didn't make it fun. It made it a very boring daytime TV movie that I wouldn't have watched. I'm going to give it a 1.5 trash movie. It wasn't fun. It was, Joey said it was mean, and there wasn't anything like, I mean, you're listening to this episode right now, like it's a pretty dull episode because there wasn't a whole lot going on in this. We didn't have much to make fun of in this movie. There wasn't much joy to be had.
I mean, we had fun with cum shots, and
Yeah,
that's fine.
We did, but we didn't really even talk about the cum shots.
Wasn't enough cum shots or biting or anything, really.
Yeah, and he really didn't turn into what I wanted him to turn into.
no, he just turned into a snake.
Which is, it would have been cool if it was like a humanoid, like a giant cobra puppet or something.
It was more interesting like 5 minutes before that when he was doing his weird slithering across the hospital floor or the lab floor.
The transformation scene was, interesting.
Yeah.
If they could have
For the
stopped
70s,
halfway
yeah.
through.
I was just about to say that, like, it was an excruciatingly boring transformation scene, and it went on way too long.
Yeah, it's done like Wolfman, like a 30.
But they didn't even line any of the heads up. It was just like his mouth was down here, and as it kept fading, it was like suddenly up here.
Yeah,
it didn't work for me.
We need to find a weird Indian snake movie where much stranger things happen. I'll have to look around for one to make up for this one.
Yeah, but maybe our brains are warped because I know that if I was 10 and watching this and it was like, oh man, this guy just turned into a snake, I would think that was the coolest fucking thing. And now I'm like, he turned into a snake. That sucks. Like he should be like a weird fucked up snake man hybrid thing.
That's what this movie is like, this is a good movie to show a very young child to freak them out a little bit and give them nightmares.
But is it like, I feel like unless you start the movie at that part, they're going to get so bored by the lead in of this movie. By any other part of this movie, they're like, I'm going to do something else.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. For a movie with live snakes on set in almost every scene, it's remarkably boring. Snaky snakes, fangs, Holy Wednesday, much more exciting.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot from that movie, but I don't know which one came first. Was that 74 Fangs?
Good question.
I wonder if they had seen this movie and they were like, we could do fucking better. And they fucking did.
Yeah,
and
74.
also didn't.
So the Fangs was the next year and they fucking crushed it.
Okay. Yeah, they did.
They're like, fuck that. Let's make an indie movie in North Texas or something.
Yeah.
Blow them out of the water.
And they
we
did.
Don't need no snake people. We just need Snakey and fucking Philip Sousa.
All right. Well, that's an average of 2 bags of trash.
Oh, we got a whole number
from the Trash Movie Kings for 1973's.
See, it's so upsetting that it was so dull with a name like that. That name.
The name is appealing.
What a waste.
Bizarre.
Yeah. Thank you guys for giving up your Thursday nights. I don't have to say Friday morning this time because we are finishing before midnight.
Wow. Look at us.
Hell yeah.
Thank you to everyone for watching and listening, and we will see you next time.
Oh, I got a tattoo of a snake.
Oh, fuck.
And